In this quick video, I'm going to talk you through how you say to the in French. So we actually already know the French words for the. Now in English, we only have one option. We use the for everything, but French has three options. Some words are masculine words, and the for those words is le, like in blue on the screen. Some other nouns are feminine, therefore their the is simply a la in the pink. And finally, if you are talking about somewhere that is plural, so there's more than one of them, to say the in this case, we simply say les, which you can see in the green. So we have le cinéma, the cinema, la piscine, the swimming pool, and les magasins, the shops. To say to the in French, we have to do something a little bit different. So if we take the example of cinema, which is a masculine word, so the cinema is le cinéma. Now, to put the to in French is simply a with an accent. So you might at first think that my first sentence is correct. Je vais à le cinéma. I go to the cinema. However, French does not like to have the a and the le together, and instead it contracts it down into one singular word, which you can see in the blue on the screen. A plus le equals o. So actually, to say I go to the cinema, we need the second sentence, je vais au cinéma. Here you can see that sentence again, je vais au cinéma. I go, or I'm going, to the cinema. So in this sentence, when we say to the in English and use two words, French simply uses the one. Okay, if we break that o apart again, then technically it is à le, to the. But French doesn't like to do that and keeps it as a singular word. So je vais au cinéma. I go to the cinema. Okay, so now let's look at a slightly different one. Let's say I want to say that I go or I'm going to the swimming pool. Now I already know that swimming pool is la piscine. Now la is a feminine word. So when we're dealing with a feminine word, French does just add the a and leaves it alone. It doesn't contract it down at all. So you can see the correct sentence on the screen. Je vais à la piscine. I go to the swimming pool. So any place that you're going to which is a feminine noun, for example, la piscine, we simply insert an a. Je vais à la piscine. I go to the swimming pool. So far we've seen what you do if it's a masculine noun and a feminine noun. In this case, we can see a plural noun. So magasin, shops, more than one shop. To say I go to the shops, we once again have a contraction happening. So it's not je vais à les magasins, but the à les condenses down to au. Je vais au magasin. I go or I'm going to the shops. And I have one final example to show you. École means school. And to say I go or I'm going to school, we do something slightly different. This is because the word école starts with a vowel, because it begins with an E. And if you have a word in French that begins with a vowel, to say to the, we have to use this yellow option. Je vais à, then an L with an apostrophe, okay? Je vais à l'école. I go or I'm going to the school. Here are a few more examples. See if you can translate them and then press play when you're ready to hear the answers. So for this first one, je vais à la patinoire, this means I go or I'm going to the ice rink. Patinoire is a feminine word, la patinoire, the ice rink. So to say to the, I simply insert the a. Je vais à la patinoire. What do you think this one means? Pause the video, then press play when you're ready. So in this sentence, je vais au musée, what we're saying in French is I go or I'm going to the museum. Now because museum, musée, is a masculine word, le musée, I use the contracted version of a plus the le. So it's not je vais à le musée, but simply je vais au musée. I go or I'm going to the museum. And here's one final one. What do you think it means again? So here we have je vais à l'église. I go or I'm going to the church. Now church in French is église, and you can see that just like école, it begins with a vowel. Because it starts with a vowel, I cannot use the o or the à la or the AUX version. I have to use the a with an accent and then an L apostrophe. Je vais à l'église. I go or I'm going to the church. Okay, so here you can see a summary of what we've just been through. On the left-hand side, you have the French to the, and on the right-hand side, you have the correct version to use. So for the blue, if you're talking about a masculine place, instead of saying à le, you simply contract it down to au. If it's a feminine place, then we do just actually leave it alone. So we use à la, to the. If it's a plural place, instead of saying à les, again, we contract it down to an AUX, au. And this one's actually pronounced just like the blue. So the blue and the green are both pronounced au. Finally, with the orange, if you have a place which starts with a vowel, then you have to use a with an accent and then an L apostrophe to say to the. Have a look at these sentences. I've deleted the to the's in French in each one. Can you work out which is the correct version to go in each sentence? Pause the video, then press play when you're ready to hear the answers. And here you can see the answers. Je vais au cinéma. I go to the cinema. I've used the blue version, au, because cinema is a masculine word. Number 2, je vais au stade. I go to the stadium. Again, I've used au, the blue, because stade, stadium, is a masculine word. Number 3, je vais au musée. I go to the museums. Now, because it's museums with an S on the end, I have to use the plural version, the AUX, au. And finally, je vais à l'école. I go to the school. School in French begins with a vowel, so we have to use the a with an L apostrophe. I hope you found this video useful. Please subscribe.